This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Hi, and welcome to this first look at sports on a Monday. I am Julian Gibson. The fundraising Buller Edge Class C Regatta is all history now. Winning the championship over there in Georgetown, Exuma was Golden Girl.
Today was a good race. The weather was good. Competitive boats being out there. Buller Edge, Fugitive, Touch Me Not. Of course, the Golden Girl, and we came out on top.
What was the difference for you guys winning 2 out of the 3 races yesterday?
Well, I think the boat right now, the boat is in top shape. The boat is right now rigged right, is trimmed good, and we just in good shape right now, sailing good.
So come the Buller Edge Regatta, you guys will be a force to reckon with.
Oh yeah, last year we won the Buller Edge Regatta, and we're going to repeat this year. We're going to do the same thing.
You're not concerned about the competition?
No, we're not too concerned with no competition. We sail against these boats year after year, so, there's no concern for us.
And it was on Saturday afternoon at the Atlantis Resort, the Bahamas Olympic Committee honored 40 Bahamian ladies for their contribution to sports development in the country. Cynthia Mother-Pratt was one of them.
I want to take my hat off, if I had one on, to all of these women who had to adjust their lives, understand their mothers, their wives, and sometimes they marry husbands who don't understand. And so you must be a life giver. That means many years you had to take time out to have your children, give birth to your children, and then go back to sports. You had to take time out for practice while you adjust the family life and make certain that your husband is taken care of. And then there are times when you have to find someone to keep the baby for you, a babysitter, in order to practice so that you can get better to represent your country. And so when you look at these women who continue to persevere in spite of, and they excel in sports, we ought to put our hands together and say, Lord, we thank you for all of them.
Switching to basketball, the New Providence Basketball Association handed out their awards for the past season. The champions, the Cybots, receiving their championship trophies. Action will resume tonight at the AF Hadley Gym. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture releasing the names of the 21 Bahamians that will be inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame Friday, November the 22nd.
Leroy Archer Sr., Reverend Enoch Backford, Jacqueline P. Barnett Bethel, Sir Arlington Butler, Bernard Livingston Bostwick, Roscoe Davies, John Barry Farrington, Alpheus Hawk Finlayson, Eugene Sonny Jiggy Haven, Dr. Norman Gay, Mary Ann Higgs Clark, Osborne Goose Lockhart, Oswald Moore, Mr. Kendall Nottage, Harold Munning Sr., Dr. Gail North Saunders, Garth Roll out of Exuma, the late Basil Nemore, the late Captain Hezron Moxie, the late Leroy Mitchell, and the late Philip Smith, Philip Smoker Smith, as he may be affectionately known.
And it was on Saturday at the Atlantis Resort that the Bahamas Olympic Committee recognized 40 Bahamian ladies for their involvement in sports in the country. Our Charles Fisher fills us in.
40 outstanding women applauded for their contributions to sports over the last 40 years. The event held under the patronage of women sports pioneers Cynthia Mother-Pratt and Betty Cole. First female vice president ever of the Bahamas Olympic Committee and chairman of the Women's Committee, Cora Hepburn.
As we move towards the Women and Sports Commission, call upon leaders to take a more proactive role in furthering the development, the participation, and the involvement of women and girls in sports in the Bahamas. As I look to the future, I see the Women and Sports Commission heightening the level of awareness of the hard work and commitment that our women over the years have unselfishly displayed.
BOC President Wellington Miller praising all the honorees.
Today is about saying a sincere thank you to you. about providing the recognition so that future generation of sportswomen will be able to identify, relate, and benefit from your experience and contribution.
Keynote speaker, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Dr. Daniel Johnson, giving the audience a history lesson.
50 years after women's suffrage, the women in this country led the way in so many other ways. 50 years after women's suffrage, that led us to universal suffrage. People miss that point in our history, that if women's suffrage did not occur, we wouldn't have universal suffrage now. But women in the Bahamas 50 years ago brought this change about. 46 years later, brought in majority rule. 40 years later, brought in independence. And now, at last, we're able to recognize all of you for who you are. And I think the song was just perfect. All of you are our heroes.
All definitely heroes, and congratulations for being good sports. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
And from sailing, the fundraising Buller Edge Class C Regatta wrapped up on Saturday over there in Georgetown, Exuma, with Golden Girl winning. Organizer Buzzy Roll pleased with the turnout and now looking ahead to the real thing.
We got to do what we got to do, Julian. We desperately need the funds. We probably have a next one before the New Year's Day Regatta. As you can see, the turnout, it's pretty good.
How much money you need for a regatta of the magnitude, especially if you want to encourage more boats to come, especially some of them guys from Long Island, like the VDK Sacrifice. How much it costs to pull up a regatta like this, roughly?
Well, we normally run about eight to 9 boats. We roughly around $30,000. The right those boats now, we can need roughly $50,000 to support them.
How's the response been? The business houses in Exuma and Nassau, are they working with you?
It's tough, everybody banging on the same set of people, and they only can do what they can do, and they support us a bit, We could always use more help, We was a little bit short last year. We had to wait through the year to finish pay our bills.
And the baseball program is well alive in Exuma. The youngsters are doing their best to learn the sport, hoping to make it big one day.
We've been learning how to hit the ball, keep our eye on the ball.
We have been learning the fundamentals and how to turn double plays.
We've been learning how to feel the ball and throw it with sense and hit the ball where we want to go and how to aim.
We've been learning defense and offense, just basics, batting, catching, learning how to feel the ball, ground balls and stuff.
I like playing baseball, catching, have fun with my coach. We play a lot of games together. He teaches how to ground the ball. He teaches how to catch foul flies, and offense and defense.
They definitely have the natural ability to play any sport, but it's kind of hard because we don't have the assistance by the parents to come bring the kids out on a regular basis. So every week we basically dealing with different kids.
Mm-hmm. So I guess you're trying to make this a baseball program and then probably a baseball league.
Yeah, definitely. That's our goal, is to develop young players and then eventually get them competing against each other. Next year we hope to attend the league in Eleuthera 2 times a month to try to give them some competition.
And finally, in sports, if you're having dinner tonight and you do not have any relish, meat, well, do not worry. The Tampa Bay Bucks will feast on the Miami Sardines tonight. NFL Monday Night Football, don't miss it. Well, that's all the time for sports on a Monday. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.